So instead of seeing things as asking what is purpose and what is meaning, I think it would be rather smart to be purpose and meaning. So at times I go out here and I look at the ants and I just stare at them for a long time, marching back and forth, pretty much unconsciously, hardly aware of what they're doing. At least I assume so. It may not actually be the case because we don't really know. But it's an analogy because they are being in that purpose. They are being in that mission no matter what. So if we could maybe switch our mentality and endlessly searching for purpose and meaning, perhaps it's wiser to become that purpose and meaning, and then things will naturally flow from there. And trust me, this is coming from a person who has felt complete meaninglessness even since I was a child, feeling very confused as to what I'm doing here. And even today, don't really know what the hell is going on and who I am. But I have sort of changed my mindset over the last few months, in that I am starting to become the meaning and purpose. Because as we discussed earlier, with God being the singularity, being the infinite, that purpose and that meaning always was and always will be. So if you know that in your heart, you will come to that. It will become a natural progression. Many speculate what could be the overall purpose of life. That also is a little bit complex and hard to answer, but I don't think there could be any one specific answer with every person, every soul, every animal, every being perfectly unique and on their own journey. The afterlife and the cosmos is just as varied, if not more varied, than what you see on Earth. Remember, as above, so below. You see the immense biodiversity here. You see the immense differences in between people groups. In a place like Ethiopia alone, you have probably 100 different languages. You have 1,000 different languages in New Guinea. That sort of variety in character, in language, in culture, in plants, in animals, is an analogy to us for us to see that everything is varied in creation and unique. So we could have that same approach to purpose and meaning to each individual soul. To a degree, yes, I believe we're all climbing Jacob's ladder, trying to be that seed that is planted into the ground. That seed is dirty, it is filled in darkness, it does not see, but once it grows, it reaches the light, and it sees it, and it becomes big and beautiful, only having to wither away and die again. But such is the case in the infinite time loops that we are in. Such is the case, potentially, or potentially, we somehow consciously evolve eternally, which can be also different for everyone. You could evolve cyclically in the analogy of the seed. You could evolve upwards forever. I don't see why that wouldn't be possible. What that would even mean, what that constitutes, I don't have a clue because nobody really does. We can devolve into darkness deeper and deeper, like those people in hell I talked about. like I said, I believe every light will shine bright again, but we have infinite shades of darkness and infinite shades of light. Is there an overall purpose to creation? Or is it just is? I said that wrong. It is because it simply can be. Instead of putting a definition on it, putting labels on what is, it's best just to come to the realization that you cannot describe what always was and always will be. It is undefinable. So as God. God is undefinable. Perhaps he is making an attempt through beings experiencing himself, splitting himself apart into countless, countless upon countless pieces. Experientially, maybe there's an attempt being made to try to define oneself. But then again, there is always some kind of divine contradiction. There is always something that is indescribable in that sense. So, um, having said that, that's all I wanted to say. Are we in a series of infinite time loops going around in the circle? Start, go all the way around, come back, start something new, go all the way around, come back. Is the overall nature of reality cyclical? I'm talking about the totality of all creation. Is it repeating patterns? I don't know. I would assume it would have to be because everything is as above, so below. You can see here as being that way. The cycles of time, the cycles of the sun and the moon, the seasons. But that doesn't mean it's like that in all realities, in all dimensions. There could be a wide variety of every type of thing you can imagine, like I say in almost every video. To conclude, maybe let's try to become meaning and purpose rather than to ask what is meaning and purpose. That's all.